So the moment that we received confirmation that Rosaria was going to be a cryo polearm user, the very first thing that I thought of, is how well is she going to pair with my girl Hu Tao. The reason being is because Hu Tao is my pride and joy. She's my baby girl. She's the one that I invested the most resources into, and the one that I invested the most time into, getting her to C6, refinement rank 2 on her weapon, all that good stuff. And look at her, she's so cute. She's fantastic. And so when Rosaria was confirmed, that is immediately what I thought. And I also thought, how well can Rosaria support my Hu Tao? And this will be for other characters as well that could come down the line in the future. So with that being said, we're going to be talking about that in today's video. I do hope you enjoy. If you do, go ahead and drop a like. It means a lot to me. And if you're new to the channel and you really like the content today, go ahead and consider subscribing, join the FBG family. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Right, guys, so that is right. We're going to be talking about Hu Tao and Rosaria, how well they're going to be on a team together. And right off the bat, if you want to know my 2 cents or opinion right away, I think they're going to be really, really good. I think they're going to work well together. And there's a couple of reasons why, which is specifically built into Rosaria's kit. And I'm looking at it from the standpoint of how well Rosaria can support Hu Tao. Now, the reason why I think they're going to do really well together on the team is because one's Pyro, one's Cryo. Right there is just enough to make them a great pairing. If you do not know, which you should, Pyro and Cryo, they go too well together. They're a seamless combination. You can pair them always, whether it be Hu Tao and Ganyu, whether it be Hu Tao and Diona and Diluc. It doesn't matter if it's Pyro and Cryo, it's going to work well just because of the buffs that you get when you create that elemental reaction. It's just insane and very nice. So right there, in of itself, great pairing, good team comp. Secondly, it's going to be within Rosaria's kit that's going to be really nice. Now, from what I believe is going to happen within Rosaria's elemental burst is that there's probably going to be ticks of cryo damage that's going to be applied to the enemies, or the cryo effect that's going to be applied to the enemies as a tick status. So every tick, they're going to be hit with cryo, which means then you can whip out your Hu Tao and start zooming around the map and doing massive melt damage, which is going to be nice. Now, the other great part that I believe is going to help support Hu Tao really well is within Rosaria's second passive, where if you cast the elemental burst, then crit rate of all your nearby party members are going to be increased by 15% of Rosaria's crit rate for 10 seconds. So that's going to allow for your Hu Tao's crit rate to be a little bit higher. And if you do not know, that's extremely nice for Hu Tao because her ascension stat material, her ascension progression stat is crit damage, so she's gonna have naturally high crit damage. So more crit rate for your Hu Tao is always gonna be super beneficial because you're gonna be able to crit more often and do more damage. So it's going to be a nice combination that Rosaria is going to be able to apply for Hu Tao, and then like I mentioned, to be able to apply that cryo on a tick status is going to be nice, not only in her elemental burst, but can also be done within her elemental skill, from my understanding, what I believe she's going to be able to do. So that's going to be nice also. Now, they also work seamlessly well together because they're both polearm users, so they're both going to be able to come out and be sub DPSs. So when Hu Tao's on a cooldown with her elemental skill, you can whip out your Rosaria and let her go to work. You know, apply the elemental skill, apply the elemental burst, do a few attacks if you want to, because Rosaria, I think, is going to be able to hit decently hard on her own, and then bring your Hu Tao back out and let her run rampant, pop your elemental skill, and go nuts. And then if you have the elemental burst ready, pop the elemental burst, and then when it's on a cooldown, go back to your Rosaria and just rinse and repeat from there on out. So it's going to be a nice, seamless transition between the two that I think is going to be really beneficial, and I think is also going to be fun to play around, because I think Rosaria is going to be a fun character to utilize on your team, especially if this is a character that you've been excited for to drop in the game, especially if you have some constellations on her, because her constellations are pretty nice, and it's going to allow Rosaria to be not only a little more versatile, but also be able to do more damage and have the ability for her elemental burst to last a little bit longer and things of that nature. And then if you do have her at C6 for whatever reason, because you like Rosaria that much, then you got yourself a spicy character on your team that's going to not only be able to do some good damage, but also be pretty damn supportive with her elemental burst and elemental skill, but also within her passive. The second one more specifically, because the first one is mainly just for herself, giving herself crit rate. So that is just my opinion, guys. I know this was a short video, but I did want to go ahead and give you my 2 cents and advice on the pairing of Hu Tao and Rosaria. I think they're going to be great together. I think they're going to work well, and they're going to be good on the same team comp. And like I mentioned, Cryo and Pyro, always a great combination. You can never really go wrong with this combination at all. So it's really, really good. Now, before I do end the video, I did want to go ahead and quickly mention that on the second passive, I forgot to mention this earlier, the crit rate bonus gained this way cannot exceed 15%. So you cannot exceed 15%, but nonetheless, it's going to be nice regardless. I also wanted to go ahead and take this opportunity to plug my Discord. So if you do want to join the Discord, a link will be in the description down below. I also wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you guys for all your support and all of your kind words, especially on my last video. Like I mentioned in the comment section of my last video, having what happened is it was a bit deflating and it was a bit demotivating. I'm not going to lie to you guys, and I'm going to be 100% honest. And it really, I wouldn't say took a toll on me, but I took a hit. I took a gut punch from that one. And like I mentioned, I wasn't planning on uploading a video that day, but nonetheless, your guys' kind words and support really uplifted me. It really got me remotivated, and you guys are so absolutely fantastic, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. I'm rambling on at this point. I don't want to make this video any longer. I just wanted to show my appreciation. I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. And until next time, my boys, until next time, it's your homie Cody GT, and I'm out. Bye, guys.